Hi there, I am Pablo Nemo, and this is Viriditas, an organismic generative sequencer. It is meant to be a musical companion, since nowadays the process of making electronic music can be quite formulaic because it lacks the inspiration that you get when you are playing with another musician. Let's say someone like Hunter. Hunter is an experienced producer that has lots of machines like analog synths or Eurorack modules or sequencers of all sorts, and they want something that will inspire them, but it's not too complicated, it's approachable. However, Hunter finds that the generative modules can be a bit too chaotic and unnatural, and sequencers are, in the other hand, a bit too predictable and robotic. So Viriditas is meant to be in between those two things, be a sweet spot. It is inspired by other hardware sequencers, like the Ornament 8 by Soma, or the Instruo Scion, or the Music Things Music Machine, but also like audio manglers, like the Filton Weaver, and its design philosophy is inspired by 100 Rabbits, which are the creators of Orca, among other things. Also, for the brief, I was supposed to do a 3D project, but since I have a very clear idea of the design from the beginning, I wanted to do something that could become an actual hardware sequencer, and that will have a 2D panel. I thought that it was a bit pointless to do a 3D version, so I didn't. But let me show you what we have. So as soon as we press play, we can hear there is a lovely sequence playing in the background. The sequence is determined by this DNA code in the bottom. It is not literal though. The way in which it creates the notes is by combining groups of 3 base pairs, which is called basically the reading frame in genetics, and by combining them it makes both a pitch, a duration, and a velocity. And for the next note it takes the next 3 base pairs and applies a modifier to the previous note. And that modifier, since it's combining several random things, it follows a normalized curve, like a Gaussian bell thingy. And that way it makes it more natural, less chaotic. The controls are not working very well. Like, as you can see, it's a bit bare bones, nothing to do with what I had in mind. That's fine, it's a prototype. For example, if we press stop, it's going to take a while to stop because I'm using Tone.js for the sequencing and for the audio, and the transport is a bit peculiar, to say the least. So yeah, it didn't quite work. Other controls are seed, for example. So every time you press this button, it will create a new gene sequence. But similarly to the play button, to actually make it change, you need to move this, which is the phrase length. I don't know why it only updates when you move the phrase length, but that's how it is. Also, quite important, over here we have an input seed, so we can type some random genetic-like code like this, and it should replace that gene sequence when we press this button. However, it doesn't work in a predictable way. I don't know exactly what's going on with it, but it replaces the sequence in a way that, as you can see, this doesn't match. I don't know. So yeah, I think for this design, feature creep was quite an issue. However, I'm very happy with how the DNA algorithm ended up. Also, the sound engine of Tone.js is lovely. I really like how it sounds. But for improvements, first I will need to fix these controls, like what's going on with the seed, I don't know, with the show, I mean, or the play transport, as well as add many more features, like a quantizer, or something that I think will really benefit this design will be a pattern chain style sequencer. But that's everything for now. Thank you very much.